Hey, good evening. I am so happy to be here on Win TV with Dr. Barris Malcolm. I'm Regina Dighton, and I'm the program manager of the Greater Hartford Children's Advocacy Center at St. Francis Hospital. I'm here this evening to talk about a fabulous project that's being done by a community-based group called Under Our Wings in collaboration with Journey to Free and the University of Connecticut School of Social Work. And that is a conference that's going to take place on Saturday, April 28th from 1 to 6:30. And the name of the conference is Caribbean West Indian Speaks, Child Sexual Abuse in Our Communities. The title in itself blows some people away. I just want to talk about why this conference and then let Dr. Malcolm say even more about why this conference is needed. It's needed because the Caribbean West Indian community is one of many underserved communities when it comes to getting a response to the sexual abuse of children, the molestation and the rape of children. It's one of the communities that has not received enough information and education about some of the signs and symptoms of child abuse, how we should respond, and most importantly, how we can prevent it. It is preventable. And so I really urge you to come out. We're going to keep it real, and sometimes we're going to keep it light. You're not going to come and be depressed. We're going to talk about hope every step of the way. We're going to serve you a good traditional Jamaican meal, and we're going to enjoy one another because together we can create change. Dr. Malcolm?
Thank you. Thank you very much, Regina. I'm very grateful for this opportunity to be involved in this conference because the University of Connecticut School of Social Work is very much a part of the community and very concerned about the issues around child neglect, child abuse, and rape of children. We are in Hartford. The university is located in Hartford, and we are very much aware that the Hartford community has one of the largest gathering collection of men, women, and children from the West Indies. A large number of people do live here in the Greater Hartford area. And as Regina said, that they are very often underserved, they are misunderstood. And so this conference will give us a chance to look at some of the issues that are occurring in Jamaica and the rest of the Caribbean. We'll talk about some other countries as well. At this point in time, it's important to realize that in Guyana, for example, suicide is very, very prominent, becoming quite problematic. In Trinidad, violence, murder of men and women and children is very much a problem in Trinidad and Tobago. Many of the other islands have very, very serious issues as well. We can't forget Haiti, which is part of the Caribbean, even though we may not have much input from them, but they are also part of the Caribbean. But Jamaica in particular has had a very difficult time in the last 10 years in terms of violence against children. I was sharing briefly with Regina some data that we have about the numbers of children. Well over 1,600, well over 16,000 children have been gone missing since 2009. Up to this point in time, about 1,600 females are still missing, girls, about 503 boys are still missing, and parents are hurting. People, they still need to know where the children are. The matter of sexual violence, particularly in Jamaica, is particularly concerning because of things like sex trafficking. Jamaica has a very, very, very active, very sort of, I would say, money-making tourism enterprise, and a lot of people do go to the Caribbean for sex tourism. A lot of our girls in particular, but boys too, are being harassed by tourists, being raped by tourists, being trafficked by tourists. Poverty is a problem in the Caribbean, and Jamaica is certainly a place with a great deal of poverty, and so children are are attracted to, sometimes pushed, sometimes even forced by parents, we have discovered, into becoming trafficked for sexual purposes. So the conference is going to unveil a lot of these things. We'll see why they're important. We'll see how, for example, places like DCF, if I may mention DCF, may have an interest in this as well, to see how and what we can do to really help to address this problem. It's a very serious problem in not only in Jamaica, but like I said, in several other Caribbean islands. And they live here, children come here, and very often when they come to be reunited with their parents, they come with trauma, they come with some very bad experiences, and they act out. Sometimes you'd think that they'll be grateful for being here in America, but their behavior seems to show otherwise because of the trauma that they have. So these are some of the topics. I hope that they do not depress you, they don't by any means bore you, but they will educate you and empower you and inspire you even to get involved with the community and to learn more about how you can be of service and help to this needy community. Thank you very much.
I'm Eduardo Santiago, and I'm here to say that I've been affected of sexually molested, and I have gotten help for it, and please come out to hear the stuff that I have to talk about, because I think it's important that people need to hear it. Some people don't talk about these things. They don't want to talk about it. They put it under the rugs. And we need to come out and be strong, because like I have a daughter that's 15 also, that she went through the same thing, and I'm there for her because I was able to get the help that I needed. So please come on down. Thank you.
We're going to be at the West Indian Social Club on that Saturday afternoon, and we as survivors will be talking about how this sexual abuse that happened to us as children, how it has affected our lives. And we just want to educate others, and we want to help others, particularly in the Caribbean community, to talk about it and to seek help at the Children's Advocacy Center at St. Francis Hospital.
Hi, my name is Larissarone, and here we have represented 3 different cultures. I am Jamaican, and I am a third-generation rape survivor. It is important for our community to come together and to have this discussion. It's of vital importance because our children are still being affected. You have adults that's still living and they're lost, they're feeling despondent, they're feeling hurt and still carrying the hurt and the shame of being sexually abused. I know it affected me tremendously for years, where I thought it was my fault. It affected me in ways where I thought that the blame was all mine and that I had no self-worth. I wasn't good for anything. And this is what I grew up believing. My abuse began at 5 years old and continued until I was 16. And as I said, I'm a third-generation rape survivor. My mother was also raped and abused by my abuser. My grandmother was also raped and abused by him. So this is very important. It is still happening today, and as you can tell, it affects every culture, every race. It affects every place all over the earth. So, the world rather. So it is vitally important for each and every one of you to come out and let's have this discussion.